Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Melanie. Okay, so Catherine, Melanie and I were working on move number 2 yesterday, and we sort of just got about halfway through it. So we're going to start with move number 2, and then we're going to move on to move number 3. Melanie, we do any work on move number 3? Lazily tie the coat.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. Then we will work on move number 3. All right. Okay. From the beginning. One more. Okay, Catherine, why don't you do 3 of those in a row? Uh, Let me say something so the camera goes on you.
Okay.
Catherine, good. Good. You're starting to look like a real TAIJI player. Very good. You've been practicing.
Yeah.
I'm going to make one correction. But Melanie, I want to say something to you first. Catherine has been doing this form for several years. So she's working on a level, several levels higher than where you are being started. So I'm going to give her some corrections for where she's at. That's fine if you can pick up on those, but don't worry about it, right? Because you're in a different place, right? So, Catherine, what I wanted to talk about was what your left arm is doing here. Now, the way you're doing it kind of as a sweep, like this. But it's not a sweep. What you would be doing in real life is catching someone's wrist. Someone's trying to punch you, so here their arm comes in to punch you, right? You're catching their wrist here, and since it's already moving in this direction, it's easy to pull it down. And then this hand comes up right underneath the elbow. Boom, like that. You don't want to get too technical about it. Nevertheless, this motion here with your arm is not a sweep like this. It's a scoop. Scoop. And what you should really watch, or you should watch my Dan Chen when I do this. It's the Dan Chen. As opposed to just a sweep. Right? So in context, did you want to? Right? In context. Scoop. And so forth. Let me see you do it. Yes. Good. Okay. All right. Melanie, why don't you lead us in this 3 times? I know that you don't have the second move as well as you would like, but that's okay. Stumble through it as best you can. That will let me know what it is we need to work on.
Can I ask a question first?
Of course.
So after you're like this and you've done the circle shifted here, I don't understand what this, like,
okay, then
how
let's switch this around. Let's work on the second move here for 10 or 15 minutes and really try to get this down. And then you can lead us as I
Okay.
just led and as Catherine just led forward. Oh, something else I should say too, Melanie. Whenever you're leading, say something so that the recording system that we've got here, I don't know what it is you're seeing here, but you should be seeing all 3 of us on your panel, right? Do you see that there's like a green line around my square? I want you to have that green line. So you just have to, I have to remember and you have to remember to say something so the recording goes on to you, okay? All right, let's work on the second move. So let's divide this move up into parts. That's a little artificial in a way, but that's okay. It's just a heuristic device, right? So part number 1 is boom, right? Part number 2 is circle. Part number 3 is walk through. And part number 4 is circle, circle, stretch, and boom. All right. The name of this move is Buddha's Warrior Pounds the Mortar. All right. So the whole move is named after that finishing part of it here. Right. So part number one, what you're essentially doing is stopping someone. Stop. All right. You stick your leg out here to counterbalance your arms going out. Stop. 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 Now there's also a little tricky thing with the knee. All right. So it goes like this. Stop. But we do it very, very, very gently for the class. All right. So it's just stop. All right, so it looks like this. Then you turn your head, because you're going to start moving in this direction, so you better look where you're going first. All right, turn your head, and now part two, it's a big circle. Sink, circle, and sink. All right, let me get some tape on here. The thing about this circle is that you're starting from here and you're gonna go all the way to here. So there's a 90-degree turn built into this circle, and that makes it a little difficult. It's a little difficult to see on video because video is two-dimensional, but what you have to do to make this work is get a horse stance. So the toes open, the knees rounded outward like a bow-legged sailor, and the pelvis open. Then when you sit down, you can actually turn your waist and come back and sit down again. So the circle, the second circle, looks like this. Sit down, like you're sitting on a bar stool. Sit down. And now turn your waist. To turn your waist, look at my knee. It's not like this. It's like this. It has to open up to this direction here, or you can't turn your waist. Turn, and now turn back, and sit down again. Okay, that's part one and part two. Let's try it. Boom. Turn and look forward. Sit down. Extend your knee to the left and turn your waist to the left. Circle and sit down again. Those are the first two parts. Now, because you've got your knees open, you can do part number three, which is to brush your knee. Someone over there is trying to kick your knee. So you brush your knee, you brush their kick away. Boom. Now you've got your arms stretched out. This is just like carrying a balance pole if you were on a tight wire. This hand is going to come like this. It's going to come back into your body. All right? It's going to come back into your body. And when it comes back in, that's when the right side walks forward. And now just relax. All right? Now comes part number four. 1, 2. Pull back. This hand swings under. You stretch between the two hands. You stretch like you're stretching a bungee cord. And then back together again. Let's do part 3 and 4 again. Let's do the whole thing. All right. 1, sit down, extend your knee to the left, circle, sit down again. That's 2. 3, stretch out, walk through. Comes over, stretch out, it comes over. Stretch out, think about your left hand, right? Pull it in. And then the trick is you have to get the timing. The left hand is a counterbalance for the entire right side of the body. And because it's extended, that small weight there will work through leverage, right? As this pulls in, my right side walks through. Yeah. Good. And relax. And part number 4. 1, 2, pull back, stretch, Buddha's warrior. All right, let's do the whole thing. One more. Grab a fist. With the right hand should be a fist. Good. All right, walk through. Relax. Good. Okay, let me see you do the whole thing, the whole form. Moves number 1 and number 2. What are you doing when you do this? All right, somebody tries to punch you. Here comes the guy's punch, right? You grab it, all right, right at the wrist before he punches you, and you turn his arm over. Now his elbow is straight up in the air. You're breaking his arm. Good. Okay, I'm going to have you do it again, but I forgot to have you say something. You have to say something out loud so the camera.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted me to lead or if you just wanted to do it. So, okay. Just do it once more or more than once? 3 times, okay.
Good. Okay, the final part there where you're doing this, 1, 2, all right? It's very similar to what we did this morning when we were just doing the Qigong. This is called a mixing Qigong. So I'm mixing the right side with the left side, the upper with the lower, the yin with the yang, right? And you're basically just doing like the same game you play with a little kid, choo-choo, right? You're doing a choo-choo. And very simple, very relaxed, right? Only now you take a fist and you punch this guy in the nose. Now that his nose is all bloody, you hit it again with the back of your hand. The front of your hand, the back of your hand. And then relax, pull silk, Buddha's warrior. Okay, let's go on to move number 3. Let me demonstrate this. Move number 3 is called Lan Shai, which means lazily tie the coat. Right? Now the moves are going to start getting a little longer and a little more complex, but get used to it. All right? So we've just done this. Okay, we got about 20 minutes left. We're not going to learn this move today, but we'll introduce it and maybe get the first couple of parts of it, right? Watch me one more time. Okay, let's work on the first part. The first part, some guys off to your right. Right? He's not straight ahead. He's not at 90 degrees. He's at 45 degrees. So he's coming in from right here. And he's coming in like this. He's a monster. He's going to try and get you. So one of the things that you can do when someone comes running at you like that is step between their legs. So I'm going to step at about 45 degrees. Not a big step, not like this, right? But a little step right toward him, right? And then I'm going to let my hands swing out. Boom. What am I doing? I'm punching him in the groin. Now, in the form, it's much softer than that. But you need to know what it is you're doing. Right? So you step out and you just very softly go forward. What you're going to hit him with is the back of your hand. All right? Boom. But, like I say, you just do it very, very gently. In fact, I don't even make any fists right now. Boom. Now, he sees it coming. So when you go out like this, he counters by grabbing your wrists on both sides. So now he's got hold of you. What do? Right? What do you do when someone grabs both your wrists? Well, there's different things you can do, but one of the things that you can do is this. It's very simple. Yeah. Why? What's the point of doing that? One of the ways to take advantage of somebody is to be above them. Another way to take advantage of them is to be in the center. So if he's got hold of you on both sides, right? You join your hands together and take control of the center. Right? Step out. Put the hands together. Now, I'm going to make a circle to do two things. First, to punch at him. Second, to get out of his grip. So I'm going to drill down into the ground. Why? Let me see if I can get Anna here for a demo. Honey, can you come and do a demo with us? Whenever you try to do any kind of martial application, one of the best ways to begin it is to disrupt the other guy's balance. So suppose this big mean person here grabs both my wrists, all right? So again, now, okay, now what do I do? Oh, you know, this, how can I get control back? Simple, just that. Can you feel the difference?
Yes.
Now, I want to do something to her, but one of the first things I can do is just drill down. And you see how, because that's using my own weight. So it doesn't require a lot of muscle strength, it just requires relaxing your weight down, but it disrupts her balance. And so it discombobulates her body. All right? Boom, and then watch. The first thing I'm going to do is hit toward her.
That can't hold on.
That usually, watch what happens with her thumbs. It's very hard for her to hold on. Now, I'm glad she's been able to maintain some kind of grip. So now the next move is, and it's going to be a little violent, all right? Is just to get away like that. All right?
You can't hold on.
Yeah, so let me do it from a distance here, all right? So, let's do the whole thing. So you come at me like, right? All right, boom. She grabs me, right? Join, push, snap back. Boom. Thank you. All right. So those are the parts. Now, when we do the practice, it's all much softer than that. But you should still know that's what's going on. What I'm talking about right now is called the Shin Yi, the mental intention. Your chi will go where your mind goes. It has no choice, because your mind and your chi are the same thing. They're just like, this is a little coin I've got here, right? A little dollar. They're like two sides of a coin. Are they different? Yeah, the head is different from the tails, but they're actually still the same thing. So your chi and your mind are like this. Right? So you need to know, what is it you're doing? Step out. Join the hands together and drill down under the dantian, over the dantian, push and snap back. All right? What's happening with your weight? Left, right, left, right, left. And you end up in the center, right? Kind of, this is called rocking the baby. You end up in the center right underneath your own dantian. Kind of just holding the baby there, right? Just relax. And now step up. Now I'm going to do it a little more vigorously so you can see where the yang parts of this are. That's a little more vigorous version of it, but we don't practice that way. You should know it. Right? What you're practicing is the mental pattern. The mental pattern is the pattern for the energy body, and the energy body is the pattern for the physical body. All right. Okay, Catherine, let me see you do it. Good. Melanie, let me see you do it. Melanie, say something so the camera goes on.
Okay.
That's okay. Doing it right or doing it wrong doesn't matter right now. All that matters is that you give it a try and I see what you're doing. Good. All right, let's try it again. I could remember years ago, I think the very first private lesson I did with Master Zhang, we worked on this move. But he did it with his back to me, right? So I was following him. And the problem is you can't see what's going on, right? So watch. Now it's still good to do it with your back to the camera, so to speak, but it is more difficult to see what's going on. Okay, we are done for today. We'll pick this up again next week, and we will finish move number 3. Right now, we're just at the beginning of the form, which means we're going to be very slow. It's like learning a foreign language. And the first 100 words are very slow. But after you get that 100 words, it'll start to go faster and faster. Okay, guys, you have a great day, and we will see you next time. Ciao.